Good day. My name is Marylyn. With me is my colleague Fadzai, and we are going to be taking you through ethical hacking to OpenVAS. OpenVAS is a pen testing framework whose collection of tools allow you to scan and test systems for known vulnerabilities. It uses a database containing a collection of known exploits and vulnerabilities. So we will just take you through on the brief steps of installation. For OpenVAS installation, we will be using Kali Linux, which we downloaded and imported on my Oracle VirtualBox. To install OpenVAS, we need to get all dependencies on our Kali Linux system. Thus, the need to run the below commands. The commands are sudo apt update, sudo apt upgrade, sudo apt dist upgrade. After installing all dependencies, we can now safely install OpenVAS using the command sudo apt install OpenVAS. This will take up to several hours to fully install all the needed packages due to large number of signatures which will be used. To start the application, we log to our line. We run the command sudo gvm start. After starting, we do checks. Checks were okay, as we can see on the screen. We now log in, signing into the application. It will show the dashboard, showing what is currently there in terms of CVE by creation time, NVTS by severity, class total, which will show the classification in terms of vulnerabilities. We now go to scans. Click task and go to task wizard, then add IP address of my machine. Click scan. So the scan will appear as requested status before it initializes the full scan. The scan will take time to perform the vulnerability assessment. Thereby, we shall explain other functionalities like on assets. On assets, we have hosts, which are the machines that we can pick to initialize a scan. As you can see on the host, we have 3 added hosts. Operating systems. Operating systems. It will slow the operating systems on our host. We move on to resilience. We have remediation tickets, compliance policies, which identifies the standards. We also have business process map, which is a flow which we can configure. Going on to the sec info, which will give us an overview of the database definition advisories used when scanning the host or target. We then proceed to configuration, where we can have our targets, port list, which show the ports that are going to be scanned, credentials. For all the authenticated scans, we need credentials. Scan config. This is used when scanning. Alerts. We can configure alerts to send an email notification when a certain scan is complete. Schedules, which we can set a scan to happen at a particular point in time. Reports. Report formats. These are the format which we can get a report as scanners. These are the type of scanners used to perform scans on our case. On our case, we will be using the OpenVAS scan. We move on to administration. That's where we set up our users, group, assign roles, permission levels, track performance for our scanners. Most importantly, the feed status, which is our database, which will show how our database is.
It's now done.
We now go back to see how our scan is progressing. It's now done.